In this video, as ICT club members, you will find out why computer maintenance is important. Think of a computer as being like a human body. We are advised to perform certain tasks to keep our body in good shape. These maintenance tasks, such as eating well, avoiding some harmful activities, and getting exercise, keep our body in good condition. If we don't maintain our bodies, we might end up in the hospital with problems that result from the abuse, such as high blood pressure from eating too much salt, obesity from not exercising, or lung problems from smoking. Similarly, if we allow our computers to intake harmful materials, such as dust, and programs, such as viruses, and we don't keep our software in good condition, updated, then the computer may also end up with significant problems that are then harder to deal with. Proper maintenance of a computer, on the other hand, can keep it running smoothly for years and years. Some of the different categories of computer maintenance are: updating software. Software programmers gradually develop updates for their software packages as they discover problems with the software, and design tools to address or fix these problems. This can be true for any of the types of software, but is typically most common and important for operating systems. It is important for a computer user to find and install software updates in order to have well-performing computers. Automatic updates. If a computer is on a reasonably fast internet connection, the easiest way to keep it up to date is to allow the programs to automatically check for updates and download and install them as needed. When setting up a new computer with Microsoft Windows, this is the choice that the software recommends. It does not require any action on the part of the user and results in a computer system that is current. To turn on automatic updates for a Windows operating system, find the Systems and Maintenance options in the control panel. Automatic alerts for updates. If a computer is connected to the internet, but the connection is slow at some times of the day, another option is to have the computer automatically check for updates but not download or install them until the user elects to do so. For Microsoft Windows computers, if this option is selected, an alert appears in the computer's system tray stating that there are updates waiting, and then the user can wait until the internet is faster to install these updates. Manual updating. A computer user can also turn off all automatic update checking and choose to manually check for updates. For a computer that is rarely connected to the internet, this would be a good option as long as the user remembered to check when connecting to the internet. Also, some programs do not have automatic update options, and can only be updated in this manner. A program usually has a menu item titled Check for Updates that a user can click on when connected to the internet. Offline updating. If a computer is in a location that never has access to the internet, a computer lab manager will need to download updates from a computer that is connected to the internet, and then transfer them, via disk or flash drive, to the computer in question to be installed. This option is also useful if a computer lab has several computers that all need the same update. Instead of having each computer download the update separately, one computer could download the update, and then it could be shared amongst all of the computers. Offline updates for operating systems can easily be found through internet searches. Updates to download for Windows computers can also be found through www.microsoft.com/downloads. Virus and malware prevention and removal. Viruses, spyware and other malicious programs can all be referred to together as malware. Malware prevention is a significant maintenance task for a computer lab manager. Without vigilance, a computer lab will quickly become prey to malware. It will spread from machine to machine, causing the computers to slow down, work improperly, or possibly even stop working altogether. The computer lab manager needs to make sure that all of the computers have antivirus software installed, and that this software is set up so that it regularly updates its virus databases and scans the computers. The computer lab manager also needs to have strict policies in place to prevent virus infection. Since viruses are easily spread by the use of flash drives, the policy could prohibit the use of flash drives, or require them to be scanned by a staff member before use. Another policy to consider is the prohibition of downloading, since unsuspecting users can accidentally download malware. A firewall that blocks dangerous downloads can also be useful. Tips for using antivirus software. You can get very good antivirus protection using the free edition of Average, available online at http://free.average.com. No antivirus software is perfect, however, so you might choose to have a backup antivirus program as well. Avast Antivirus, available at www.avast.com, will work well and will not conflict with Average if it is not set up to scan automatically. Another good backup program is Malwarebytes Anti-Malware Program, available at www.malwarebytes.org. After installing antivirus software, make sure that you have selected the settings needed for the software to automatically download and install updates from the internet. This allows the software to protect against newer viruses. To change the settings for Average, choose Update Manager from the overview screen. When setting up antivirus software, make sure that you choose the proper settings so that the computer is automatically scanned for viruses on a regular basis, such as every day at 12 o'clock. Also make sure that you have selected for the scheduled scans to run on computer startup if task has been missed. In other words, if you have chosen to have scans run at 8 o'clock, but the computer isn't turned on until 10 o'clock, it will still run a scan. In Average, these options are chosen by choosing Manage Scheduled Scans from the computer scanner screen. Make sure that your computer has the proper date and time set. If it is not set properly, the Update Manager and schedule scans may not run at the time you desire. If your computer does not keep proper time, this is a sign that the small, watch-style battery on the motherboard needs to be replaced. Computer hardware maintenance. There are some common hardware problems that can be avoided, or at least made less frequent by taking particular preventive measures with computers. These preventive measures are listed below. Dust control. Dust is very harmful for computer parts. Excess dust can cause mechanical failures, particularly on computer components with moving parts. Minimizing dust in a computer lab is an important part of computer maintenance. Computer lab cleaning advice is discussed further in Kawa Module 2. The computers themselves should be regularly dusted, wiped with a dry cloth or duster, and if the computers are housed in a particularly dusty area, the use of dust covers, when the computers are turned off, is advised. In addition, when a computer case is opened for other repairs, the dust that has built up inside the case should be blown out. This works best with forced air. Different mechanical and electrical tools are available to compress air. Heat control. Computer parts, in particular the CPU, produce a large amount of heat while operating. It is important for this heat to dissipate, so that the computer is not damaged by overheating. Computers do have fans and heat sinks, but these will only work well if the airflow to the computer is not blocked. This means, for example, that a laptop computer should not be left running for any length of time on a soft surface, like a sofa, that conforms around it, and a desktop computer case should not be used while in an enclosed cabinet. In addition, it is ideal that the computer lab temperature be kept low. Using air conditioners is a good option, since the windows can also be kept closed to minimize dust, but many computer projects cannot afford air conditioners or the associated electricity costs. Therefore, curtains, to reduce the heat of the sunlight, open windows and fans are often the best alternatives, although their use requires increased vigilance against dust. Surge protection. In Uganda, the electrical supply does not have a uniform, well-controlled voltage. Voltage is also variable due to surges that occur, particularly during thunderstorms and when power is returning after an outage. Voltage surges can be very damaging to computers and other electrical components, and it is important to protect against these events. The simplest form of surge protection is to purchase surge-protecting power adapter strips. These devices contain 4 or 5 outlets that are protected by a fuse that is blown in case of a power surge. The quality of these power strips varies, though, and they cannot be guaranteed to be the safest form of surge protection. A second form of surge protection is a surge suppressor that is installed where the main power enters a computer lab. These devices, though more expensive, are of higher quality and will protect all of the electrical components plugged into electrical sockets within the room. A third option to consider is to purchase uninterrupted power supplies, UPSs, to share between every 2 computers in a computer lab, since a UPS includes 6 to 10 electrical sockets. A UPS regulates the voltage sent to the sockets located on the UPS itself, and also contains a battery that allows for continued operation of a computer after a power outage. Depending on the UPS model and the amount of equipment attached to the UPS, the battery might last for an hour or for just a few minutes, but even just a few minutes allows enough time for the user to save their work and shut the computer down properly. Laptop maintenance issues. For computer labs using laptop computers, there are a couple of additional issues to be aware of that can affect the lifespan of the computer. Because laptop computers are moved around from place to place and handled more roughly than desktop computers, they are more likely to have hardware problems develop. One problem area, for example, is in the AC adapter port. If it is found in the back of a laptop computer, it is easy for the computer user to tilt the laptop backwards and unintentionally place pressure on the AC adapter as it is forced against the tabletop. The AC port, and any other port located on the back of a laptop, can be easily damaged from this stress. Therefore, computer users should be instructed on the proper technique to use when picking up a laptop computer. A second problem area for laptop computers is that the screws on the laptop body gradually become loosened as the computer is moved about. A computer lab manager or club members should periodically, perhaps twice a year, tighten the screws on all laptop computers.